Okay, this hangout, show and tell, is now live. Lady Ada, what is this?
Welcome everybody to another wonderful Wednesday show and tell, the online slumber party for makers and hackers, tinkers, and people who have cool retro things they want to share. We're here every Wednesday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We have a fine lineup of people. Maybe some more people show up as well. Just mute your mics until we call on you. Most of you guys have been here, so you know the drill. And take 3 to 5 minutes to show off your project. We might have to, if more people show up, we might have to rush a little bit, but it looks like
we'll figure it out.
3 to 5 minutes right now.
It's all good. We always figured it out.
So let's start with Tony D.
Yeah, Tony from Adafruit Northwest. What do you got going on this week?
Hey, yeah, so I have an idea for maybe a new segment. So you know how the Late Show with David Letterman has stupid pet tricks? So we should have stupid pie tricks, or maybe silly pie tricks, like Raspberry Pi projects that maybe don't make a lot of sense, but could be a lot of fun. So I took the old Sony Watchman that I had, which is basically a little portable CRT television, and it's useless now because they shut off all the analog broadcast, but it's got an antenna input here, and so I got a little RF modulator that I can hook up and connect to the TV here and connect to a Raspberry Pi. So let me switch to my other camera, and let's take a look at...
This is totally stupid. Nice work.
Yep. Now, the funny thing is, you'll see it looks like it's blank, and then it's slowly coming into view, and I think that's because the webcam and the TV probably are updating at the same frequency, so you're getting some aliasing. They kind of go in and out of phase, unfortunately, so you can't really see it, but when it does come into view, it's running X Windows right now, so there's the Pi logo. And it works. You have to go through this crazy inverter box or modulator box here, and all these wires because it's kind of annoying. The antenna input here is like a 2.5 or 3.5 millimeter plug, and so you have to get all the right adapters to go from.
Like 8 adapters to get it to like the right.
It's a bit of a mess and maybe a fire hazard, but it works. You take this on the road, or maybe. You know, if you get sent back in time to like 1985 and you need a portable Raspberry Pi display, you happen to have your Raspberry Pi with you, you could do it. You could set it up and you could, view it. Or maybe this is what a Pi TFT would have looked like back in 1985.
Okay.
Yeah, this is the one from Back to the Future 2, I think.
Right.
All right. Excellent work. I like these. I think, a little brief description. Like, I did this because it had to be done.
Right. Well, and what else can you do with this TV? Unfortunately, they shut off the analog broadcast, so at least make something useful out of it. And it does look all right in person. Like, it's kind of low contrast and really small. It's like 3 inches large, so you can't read things very well. But it could work. You could make like maybe a little display, like a gauge or a monitor or something like that.
You could use them, like old NESs, the original Nintendos. They used radio. Didn't they? Didn't they use the connectors?
Right. You probably could.
The only thing that currently could work with it.
Right. Oh, and I have a bunch of old retro computers, so like maybe an
old.
old.
Yeah, get your like Cocot out or whatever, like.
Yeah, right. TI-99.
Huh. Now you're talking.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Tony.
And that was stupid pie tricks. They're not stupid. They're just
silly pie tricks.
Silly pie tricks.
Yeah. All right.
Okay. Thank you.
Next
Tony.
up, Noam Pedro from Adafruit Southeast. What is going on this week? What are you printing?
Yeah, sure. What's up, everybody? This week, printing some big things as always. Pedro, what do you have this week?
Yeah, so we've been testing out some really big files on our Type A Series 1 machine, and we got Claw Shot from Zelda.
Oh my God!
Giant
what the hell is going on over there?
It's pretty big.
Yeah, so this is a big old. It's like the grappling hook that you get in Zelda when you're like,
Right.
Like walls.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
It's a little bit bigger than it ought to be, though. I think it's like 200% scaled. But yeah, I was just trying to see how big can we get it, with still being able to get it out the door.
Yeah, I would say, flicking off support material with PLA, the Type A Series 1, you could literally just flick all of the support material right off, and you get some awesome little organic shapes and everything. It's very high quality. Yeah.
Very cool. Okay.
Big old thing.
Yeah, but we're also playing around with a lot of different materials. We have Semiflex in the Adafruit shop now. We've been testing a lot with it. I printed my case, Raspberry Pi case, and it seems to fare pretty well. I've never had a case that's indestructible, and it's really indestructible. So a lot of cool different things there. We'll be talking more about said material on tomorrow's show.
Yeah, we'll go over some CAD techniques. We'll look at a lot of useful cases that we're using all the semiflex in, and yeah, some tips and tricks on why you should use a regular NinjaFlex or semiflex.
Cool.
Okay.
Oh, one of the videos there.
That's really cool. So,
Yeah.
so I had one question for you because someone was asking in the chat. What do you think is the best work filament for the Taz? Like if you just had to get if you're just buying your first Taz 4, what would you suggest that's in Adafruit store?
PLA. Definitely
PLA.
PLA. It's
And
probably the most friendliest filament to use.
Okay, so black PLA 1.75 millimeter.
Yeah. If you're
If you have the
nozzle,
hack, yeah, if you have the hack, 1.75. If not, go with the 3 mil.
Go with the 3? Okay.
I would say go with 3. Yeah.
Go with the 3, yeah.
Please default 1.75. You have to change out the extruder,
That's right.
change out a part. So if it's your first Taz, you probably have to go with 3. But PLA doesn't need heating.
Okay.
It's very forgiving.
Yep.
Doesn't warp as much. So it's a great starter material. What's the benefit of ABS over PLA?
So for ABS, if you got to do something that requires high torque, or it's got to hold a heavy load, yeah, it's definitely going to be ABS.
And it'll hold it better in the sun. Remember?
Yeah, that's an important thing there. If
Yeah.
you're going to take this thing out in the sun, PLA is just going to melt on you.
Yeah.
Really? Okay, good to know. Well, that's what makes it so easy to extrude. Okay, thank you guys so much.
All right.
I'm going to totally request a gunblade from you guys. I want the Final Fantasy VII gunblade, gigantic thing.
All right. You got it.
Off, and I'm yeah, okay.
And
Next week.
for everybody out there, tomorrow, 3 p.m., 3D Hangouts, the best and longest running 3D printing show in the world.
We accept this award from the show.
All right. So finally, I was going to boycott the 3D printing Oscars this year, but I'm glad they finally recognized you guys. Thank you. Good. All right.
The Academy. Okay.
Okay.
Can we go to,
Yeah, we're going to go up to Chris, next.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris. Welcome back to the show and tell. What you got this week?
Hey, Chris.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
You sound great.
Okay. Well, there was an old feature in an old Mad magazine called How to Rewrite Your Way to a PhD. And it was a guy who in 3rd grade wrote an essay on how I spent my summer vacation. And it keeps showing how he rewrote it over and over again until it was his doctoral thesis. And so I kind of feel like I'm doing the same thing. I'm showing the same project over and over again. Go ahead and turn the camera around, Dad. I've got another infrared remote,
Oh, good.
and this is based on Arduino Uno. Pull up the guide here and
Oh, cool. So you're you can.
navigate around.
I'll take cool LED remotes for 300 Chris.
Being needed for Arduino showed up on Jeopardy. That's a good
Okay,
question.
point over towards the screen here. I don't know if you can see, that's the control panel there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, you've got a full page of all the buttons.
Yeah. Okay, we'll put it back up on top. So anyway, it's basically the same thing that I had on that Pinocchio board, but I was having trouble with the Pinocchio. I think I fried my Wi-Fi module.
Dope.
It happens.
So anyway, I bought the Yoon, and I really love it. I'm using the REST API on it, and it's working really well. So now I'm going to have to get the CC3000, or whatever that is that you guys sell.
Yep.
3000 or 3300, what is it?
It's the CC3000, but the Yun's pretty good. It's got Wi-Fi built in, and it's it's got full Linux, so it's really solid. So yeah.
Yeah, I really like it a lot.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about playing with the 3000 also. So I can redo the project again and come back and show it again.
The only thing is that the Yun is more stable, but uses more power, and the CC3000 is better for low power. So if you don't have a power restriction, then the Yun's probably good to go.
Yeah, well, for my application, it's going to be plugged in all the time.
Okay.
So it doesn't really matter. But anyway, it's a lot of fun, and I just had to say I got it poured over to the Yun and had a lot of fun with it. By the way, Tony, I had one of those Sony Watchmen before, and I think you've broken the record. It used to be the smallest CRT screen on a computer, was the old Osborne 1.
Oh.
Do you ever remember those? Any of you are old enough to know
Yeah.
what Osborne 1 is. So I think you've broken that record.
All right. So, see, there you go, Tony. Maybe you got to get us for the smallest CRT award. All right. Well, thank you so much, Chris. And don't forget, email support@adafruit.com for asking on the show and tell sticker. Lady Ada, let's go to, I want to go to Johannes. He came in and he's going to be doing a screencast and voiceover. So Johannes, take it away.
It's MIDI time.
Hello from Belgium.
Hello. Show us what you got.
I've been working on a project, I call it Axolotti. It's a board for audio, for doing real good audio. So it's a quite fast microcontroller, and an audio converter, and MIDI plugs, and SD card, and then you can program firmware. Hello, programming firmware for doing DSP is not exactly easy, but I did some work to make that really easy. So I made some software where you can just design your program with oscillators, envelopes, filters, and then you press a button. I call it live. This compiles the document into compilable firmware, and now you can play it. This document starts with a MIDI keyboard listener on the left, and if everything is okay, I just press the key on my keyboard.
Yeah, we see the waveform at the bottom there.
Do you hear the sound?
No.
No, we don't hear the sound coming in.
I need to check my mixer.
That's a mixer.
That's a mixer.
That's the sound card mixer.
Yeah, it's not coming in where we can hear it.
Let me check.
Lots of buttons.
Routing. Yeah, routing. Now it goes to 7, 8, and 8.
There it is. Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Now you're cooking.
Right. So you can only see the waveform after compiling. You can also hear and play it live. So the whole program is not running on your computer. It's running on the board. So after programming, you can just flash it into the board and go playing without having your computer connected. It's an open hardware, open software system. You can also expand it by analog inputs, analog outputs, SPI, I2C, digital I/O, whatever. So this was a keyboard demo. I also have prepared a guitar demo, so it has a audio input as well, so you can process like a guitar sound. If everything is all right. So it just compiled and uploaded, and so I can.
Oh boy.
Hit my guitar. I have a MIDI foot switch is connected as well. If I hear filter wah-wah sweeping, controlled by my right foot, which is the regular off-the-shelf MIDI controller. But of course, you can make you could hook up a light sensor in seconds.
This is cool. This is FM 95, the show and tell. All right. Well, thank you so much, Ad. This is awesome.
This is a great
please send us a note to support@adafruit.com. Post up any links to this in the comments on the chat, and let us know where we can check this out,
I'd love to blog. This is so cool.
Yeah.
That's amazing that you managed to make the graphical thing, then load it into a processor, and it was fast enough to do the real-time audio effects. That's very, very hard to do.
Yeah.
So congratulations on getting it to work.
Okay. Next up, Mikal?
Mikal?
How are you doing, Mikal?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
All right.
What you got?
I would like to show you my Kickstarter project. Let me switch to a different camera.
Yeah.
So I'm a software engineer, but I started playing with electronics like 2 years ago, and now I'm trying to do SMD soldering and stuff. And this is what I made. So this is a feeder for a tape with a SMD components, and you are supposed to use it when you do manual SMD soldering. So you feed a tape in it, and when you slide your finger over this tape,
Oh,
neat.
cute.
It will expose the components, and then you just pick it with a vacuum pen. So this is what I have on Kickstarter.
Well,
There are
so,
other
like you are the pick and place. You're the pick and place.
Yeah, right. So this is the version for 8mm tape. This is for 8mm like plastic tape, like this one. And I have a version for even bigger tape, and for even bigger, and
biggest.
even bigger. And this is 32mm.
Whoa. Okay.
Okay. Epic.
All right. Well, it sounds like this is something that folks who do small things like this would want to check out. Post a link in the show and tell video notes, and also send us an email, support@adafruit.com, and you get to As Seen on the Show and Tell sticker. You get to put that on your Kickstarter. You can say As Seen on the Show and Tell.
Awesome. I'd like to show something else.
Okay.
What I made. It's a Arduino-based geocache. I'm not sure how many people are geocaching there.
I think everybody here probably has. You're in a good crew.
Okay, so this is like a geocaching puzzle. So this is what you find in a woods when you press the button. It's equipped with it's like Arduino-based, and it's equipped with a air pressure sensor, and your goal is to move the device certain height, whatever you program in it.
Huh. Funny. Okay, cool.
All right.
I think it's cute. Oh yeah.
That is, yeah, because it tells you where to go, and then you have the time left on it.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't tell you where to go. It just you have to find some kind of a hill or something,
Yeah.
which might be quite difficult in
It's an
certain areas.
altitude-based geocacher.
Right.
You should combine this with Fitbit, so if they have to run up the hill and down the hill all day to exercise. All right, thank you so much, Mikhail.
All right. We still have.
I also made this PCB calendar
Oh wow.
Okay.
for 2015. So
You
there's
got a ton of projects. You should come back and show.
We have
You should come back and show us these so we can look at each one individually for a while.
We'll look at them in detail.
You can keep coming back and get more stickers.
Next week is
All right.
before he shows like 8 more projects. Wait.
Yeah, I like
Next
this.
up,
This is
you
great.
wanna-
I like the calendar. Okay.
Yeah, the calendar.
Next up, we're gonna go to Rick. Hey, Rick, how's it going?
Hey, Rick.
Hi,
Yeah,
can you hear me?
nice radio.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Radio.
So some of you may have seen the post in the video for the, what I've been calling Podtique. It's an old-time radio turned into a podcast player.
That's great.
Let me demo it for you here. We'll turn it on. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
It's hissing.
So, tuning it selects the content you want to hear.
And when you're tuning it, is it just going through a list of URLs that are podcasts that it starts to download and play?
Currently, it's all stored on board.
Okay, so you put it on. Oh, it's like you do like a podcatcher, get all the files, and then it flips through them.
And there's just a little JSON configuration file that sort of defines the playlist for each station. And then it plays. It just resumes playback of that playlist when you tune to that station. A future version will, in fact, be able to load the content off the net somewhere.
No, this is great. I want to, like, let's say I'm on a train and I don't have Wi-Fi. I'll take this radio with me on the. People always say like, how am I going to run this project like without Wi-Fi? Like when I'm on a train or a bus, and I'm like, what are you doing running these projects while you're on a bus? Just like chill out and read a magazine for once.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to tote this particular thing around with you on the train, but certainly reloading the content is easy.
This is very cool. It's very beautiful too. I like it. So it's lit up in the dial.
Yeah, that's a nice.
Yeah, I don't know how well you can see that when I turn it off.
Yeah, no, you see it.
Yeah. So
That's
inside
cool.
there's a BeagleBone Black, and if you'll bear with me while I pull the knobs off, I'll take that out and show you. There's just a BeagleBone Black and an audio amplifier and a USB audio codec, and that's taking up the USB port that I would normally use for a Wi-Fi dongle. So that's part of why it doesn't support that now. But basically, this is a 1936 radio that I removed the guts from and replaced it with this stuff. So there's.
Whoa.
I don't know if you can see very well there.
Cool. Yeah,
That's
there's
great.
this amplifier, a huge battery pack.
Yeah, so I've got, there's a little Adafruit NeoPixel ring in here providing the lighting.
I thought that was the built-in light. I was just like, that looks really good.
Yeah, no, it had mains powered, AC bulbs in there before. There's a BeagleBone Black that I got from you guys, and then a couple of SparkFun parts, and a little just USB audio codec in there.
Oh, that's cool.
There's a big battery that I used so that I could power it for demonstration. Yeah. But I don't know if you can see, inside it's just potentiometers that measure the position of the knobs. This is terrible. There's a black potentiometer.
Oh my God, you use like clamps. Wow.
And then there's a pulley system for turning the dial.
Wow.
Oh, I see.
This is great.
So it was a little bit of work to get that all working out correctly and getting the ratios right, but turned out pretty well, I think.
Okay, well, you get to ask it on the show and tell sticker, of course. If you have a write-up or any photos or anything, send them along and let us know. We'd love to cover it. If you ever feel like documenting this, we can have you do a guide on the learning system on Adafruit, but I think it's a little intense, but if you're up for it, let us know too.
Well, I plan to make a BeagleBone cape with all the necessary interface and audio and power conditioning electronics. So we need to do that part of it. Each radio is pretty unique, and so the mechanical aspects are something you have to just do yourself. But,
Okay, alrighty. Well, thank you so much. All right, we're going to go to Roberto. How's it going?
Roberto.
We got about 6 minutes, so you got about 2 minutes. Show your project, and then we'll go to see Scott, and I think one more person came in. We'll try to get to everybody. All right, Roberto, what's up?
No, not much. Can y'all hear me well?
Yeah, we can hear you.
You sound great.
Recently, I got a 3D printer, I think, back in June, and then recently, more recently, I've been trying to figure out, like, to make my own models. And I made a video a while back, and these are some of the outputs of that process. It comes from an Instructable. And so anyway, let me just show what I made. So like this is like a little heart 3D print from a graphic I found online. The girl that sits next to me in my cube, her husband is a heart surgeon. She wanted to surprise him with something, and she asked me if I could do something to help with that. And then I also found some like Mario and Luigi prints. And so I was able to get, it's basically 2D with height, but yeah, the process of done image, you could do so. And yeah, so here's the Mario. And I can forward a link to the how-to I did for the process.
All right, where are you gonna put it? Where is it at?
All the files are on Thingiverse, and then the video that goes over it is on YouTube.
Okay, great. We'll post up in the comments post up with all the comments, all the links, and of course you get a as seen on the show and tell sticker. We've got less than 5 minutes. We're gonna get to C Scott, and then we're gonna end with VJ. So VJ, get ready. C Scott, show us your stuff. What you got going on this week?
Hey, C Scott.
Hey guys. I'll make this quick. Adafruit LCDs here, so I've got the. I'm working on this guy here, the MIDI interface. Then the LCD is going to go up here. But I was out at the hardware store earlier grabbing the stuff to to get all that to fit behind the panel, because it all has to fit behind a 3.5-inch 5-tall panel. But I found, and let me get the camera aimed at it here. It's going to be a little wonky, but this is my senior design project from engineering school.
Whoa.
It still works, which surprises me, frankly, but it boots up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it says software by Ed Hanway and hardware by Scott Ryder. So it's actually two people. My college roommate, one of my best friends, and now works for ILM. He did all the software design. He designed the computer. It's actually, if you look at the device, power supply here, my motherboard with there's 4 input boards on the top, 4 output boards with the alarm relays. Those are those yellow Omron relays. The middle card is a multiplexer, demultiplexer. This card has a 14-bit AD chip on it, and this card on the end is the DAC. It's very similar to the way we do stuff in synthesizers. This is a 4-zone programmable ramp, so PID controller that we did as what you call an RF, a request for proposal. Companies submit requests to the school to make a product, and that's the one we made. It actually turned into an actual product that was sold commercially for a number of years.
Wow.
I tried turning this one on. It's exactly the same design as that. Yeah, the date when that boots up says May 1st, 1987, so it gives you an idea of when this was all done. All the boards were hand-etched, hand-taped. The programs were all done. The assembly was done on a CPM system using a Z8 cross assembler. And we won the design competition with it. So.
Nice work.
All right. Well, thank you so much for sharing that.
This is cool.
I'll send some pictures to you guys.
Yeah, I have a couple of blog posts from your stuff. Thank you for sharing the workshop photos. People will see those soon. Okay. Don't forget to email support@adafruit.com if you want an as seen on the show and tell sticker. I know you've got lots, but there's always more. VJ, if you could show your project in a minute and a half, go for it.
Okay.
Hey VJ, how's it going? Whatever you're working on looks cool.
Oh, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound great.
Okay, good. Well, I'm a VJ, and I do light shows for bands, and I needed something to automate the rotation of this Lazy Susan on this document camera. So I built this, I made a continuous rotation servo right there, and control it with my Arduino, which is right here. Let me turn it on. And I got this pot, which I can, there's the pot, and it changes the speed and direction of the turntable, and which in turn shows up in my light show with my other software that I mix it with. So I use a MIDI keyboard too to control different speeds of video and various stuff. So that's it. It's kind of simple, but I've been wanting to show you guys for a while. It's my first Arduino project.
What a great project.
This is cool. So you were doing video DJ stuff, and then you're like, I'm going to learn electronics, and I'm going to like start to do even more.
Cool. You totally like automated it. Instead of needing like 3 hands, like 2 hands to control the keyboard and mouse, you get the table. You're like, fuck it. I'm just going to twist this knob.
Keep friendly, Sam.
Sorry. That's exactly what happened with that, because I just, I would have friends come up and help me during the shows, but they could never do it, keep a continuous pace with it. So, so it was just out of necessity, and I've been wanting to get into stuff. I learned how to solder and been learning that, and my next project that I want to do is to create my own control center that instead of using the MIDI keyboard, just building a whole box basically of knobs and switches and dials, and have that control all my audio effects and my video effects instead of this outdated software that I'm using here, which is Archaeos.
Very cool. Well, VJ, please send us email support@adafruit.com. You get as seen on the show and tell sticker, and let us know where you're doing this. We'll try to make some noise on the Adafruit blog. Maybe we get some people to show up.
Okay, that'd be cool.
Do a shout out to Arduino.
Show is at the end of the month.
Okay, where are you based out of?
San Francisco Bay Area.
Okay, cool. We got a lot of friends out there. Excellent.
Yeah, great.
Okay. All right, everybody. Thank you so much. This is a full house. Thank you, VJ. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Roberta. Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Noam Pedro. Thank you, Cal. Thank you, Johannes. Thank you, C. Scott Ryder. And thank you, Chris. We're here every single week, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the show and tell. We're going to do this again next week.
This was a huge show and
tell. We'll see everybody on Ask an Engineer in like 1 minute.
A lot of MIDI controlled things this week.
Bye-bye.